Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
All right. Shalom, everybody. How is everybody doing out there today? Make sure that you guys hit that like button. Make sure that you guys hit that like button. Yes, I am broadcasting in another location, just a temporary location because I am traveling right now because of this freeze. I just wanted to make sure that, I can do what I needed to do to still keep the work going. So I have Deacon Malak here with me tonight. You know what I mean? So he came to visit me so we can, we can relax after and then praise the Most High while the devil is trying to bring his little freeze. Hey, we might watch Frozen tonight. Who knows? No, I'm just joking. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hopefully everyone's doing good out there. Yes, tonight I was going to go into the pros and the cons of homesteading, but I decided to probably wait till this freeze is over. And I may actually get out there. I may actually get out there with some, on my homestead and show you a few things. If it be the Most High's will, we'll see. But I will still do that lesson, the pros and cons of homesteading. Okay? I think it's an important lesson so people do not just dive into anything that they just may not understand or that YouTubers is not going to be honest about. Okay, it's just going to take a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And it's not all about finances. It's just about how you use those finances, because you can lose a lot of money, due to the lack of knowledge. Like the Bible says, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Okay, so yes, tonight I had so many different titles to actually call the lesson, but I decided to call it the wisdom of this world is foolishness. Because what I've been seeing out there lately is just another one of these fad or fashions being pushed by the elite. And I think I spoke on it, a show or two ago about, I said, man, what's going on with this thing of celebrities pushing drinking the urine? What's going on with that? I'm like, is there not much more other things that we can do that's healthy to get healthy, right? And we know that word heal thy, that's just put together, heal thy, healthy, heal yourself, right? Stay healthy, right? But before we do that, let's go and get some announcements really quick, okay? Hopefully you guys who are already in our Hebrew and Bible Academy are having a good time in it, learning and becoming more and more studious. So we go to historytimes.org if you guys ever want to join our Hebrew and Bible Academy here, right? All right, Hebrew and Bible Academy, okay? This is our Bible, and everyone who's in a Christian church, they had some type of Bible study or Bible academy. So in our church, we have Bible studies, but then we also have a Bible academy, like a university or a college on Sundays, 3-month online course. Okay, so This academy's theme is the war you understand of the gods. Okay, in-depth lessons on the origins of the angels, the reason Adam fell, the true understanding of the Antichrist, and more live interviews to come. Right? One moment. One moment. Okay. Yes. All right. I'm back. So, yes, I just wanted to show that really quick. All right. Make sure you guys tune in to our Hebrew and Bible Academy. Now, I do want you to know that it is $50 a month and the price does not change. Okay, so that's a total of $150. And you're going to learn the Hebrew, okay? Whether it be let's go here. Let's go here exactly where it says it. You're going to learn the Hebrew. You're going to see news, okay, by Elder Rawchaa, okay, and you're going to learn the lessons all the way from creation, okay? So it says we teach the original Hebrew language, including conversational Hebrew and proper grammar, okay? We also provide in-depth Bible teachings and true history of the world, and of course, world news with Elder Rawchaa and Elder Rawchaa, okay? With on-the-ground interviews from around the globe, and they bring on guests sometimes, like myself. All right, we bring on doctors, we bring on people who help you with health, and all type of experts, okay? So make sure that you tune into our Hebrew and Bible Academy. It starts on Sundays, and they give you the free PDFs to go along with it. So if you have to miss it, you have to get off. You can continue to follow it. The lessons are recorded, okay? So make sure that you go, if you want to join that, go to historytimes.org, all right? So without further ado, we want to just dive right in because I'm not going to be on long. I know I say that a lot and then I stay on a long time. But I just have to go with the spirit, right? So tonight, I wanted to talk about how I see us being misled by doctrines and doctrines of devils, doctrines of the elite. And you know, we want to become wise, but you don't want to be eating from the tree of good and evil. We are already being deceived by the office that's getting ready to come in of Donald Trump, and that's if he makes it, right? Because we're seeing all of these so-called assassinations and all of these things, and all of a sudden there's a Tesla that blew up. Right? Don't forget, he had 2 assassination attempts already. So hopefully he makes it. Hopefully he makes it through, right? So let me fix these headphones. I really don't like these big headphones on me. But so yeah, they are bringing in the tree of good and evil. I mean, he's already talking about making the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. I said, boy, boy, boy. And I hope all of you out there, this is a side note, are staying warm in this freeze. We're praying for the whole body, and we're going to make it through it, though, obviously. But this freeze is pretty big in 30 states, and you know, it started on Sunday, like 7 days of freeze. 7 days of freeze. It's like they give us a new freeze now, you know, once a year, every time the winter comes in. And then they told us in Texas we were going to have a mild winter. How can you have a mild winter with a freeze? Right? So, but anyway, some of you out there, this is nothing new to you. This is normal. But, you know, us Texans down here, we don't really like the snow like that. You know what I mean? We'll play around in it. But this new snow that they have out there, Elder Rawchaa have been showing me that it's actually been having you understand little nanotechnology in some of this snow. So for those of you, I personally wouldn't be allowing my children to eat the snow out here. Some guy had a magnet out there and he did something with the snow where the leftover particles, he was able to move them around with a magnet. So you might want to be careful of playing in some of this new man-made weather that they have out there. Okay, be very careful. Okay. Yes, we are marked and protected by the Most High, but you just need to be very careful. Okay. I'm just telling you. So yes, he sent me something and I said, oh, wow. You know, this guy, he took a magnet and some of the leftover remnants from the snow, he was moving that thing around. So if you're eating that thing and you get some type of nanotechnology in you, you're going to be needing to detox some of those heavy metals. And obviously that's why I've been promoting. This is not my book, but this is a great book. This is a great read by Lynn Farrell called The Iodine Crisis. Okay. And let me tell you, boy, when it comes to some of the benefits, we've been talking about them, you know, yeah, it's pretty powerful. So make sure you stay tuned into our show. Make sure you stay tuned into, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, it's under I'm a Lion, I Ain't Lying. But please make sure that you have to understand something. Just because you follow me on there does not mean I know you. And does not mean that I'm ready to just have all out conversations with every single person whom I don't know. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I am just showing you information that's just coming out every day, whether it be health, working out, or whatever the case may be. And also that is separate from my website, KIISupplements.com. Unless I just know you like that, just keep that separate. Key Supplements, the customer service will answer it on Key Supplements, and I'd rather not be answering things there, you know what I mean, unless I just know you like that. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm just one man, okay? So, and obviously you can also send me an email to elderrawchaa@gmail.com. And I also prefer that our people learn professionalism. You don't need to call me elder on my website. So when I go there and check the website, that have nothing to do with the church. You don't need to say shalom, elder, good lesson, because these people who are hired on the customer service are going to be looking like, hey, what's going on here? Some of them probably don't even know what shalom means. So, all right, just letting you guys know. But it's okay. It's not that big of a deal, but it really would be nice. Okay? So, wisdom of this world is foolishness. I want to go to 1 Corinthians really quick, chapter 10, verse 20. And if you don't mind, Deacon Malak, you can read with me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. And I'll get that for you guys. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. 1 second here so you can follow along. Let's see here. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. All righty. First, let me get down here. 1 second, guys. There we go. All righty. Are you guys ready? Let's get it. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that you should have fellowship with devils.
So sometimes when you guys, when you come into this truth, I have sometimes people sending me messages late at night and all these type of things and asking me different things about different doctrines. And I'm like, listen, do you not follow our lessons? Do you not follow our teachings? If you are following all of these people that's saying one thing and you're coming to us saying, hey, well, what do you think? And then I'm going to go see what they think again. And I'm going to tell you, listen, you're either going to follow them or you're going to follow us. Okay, whether it be about whatever it is, multiple wives, whether it be about, you understand, whatever it is. Okay, we stand clear on the things that we teach. Okay, if you're listening to alternative doctors, see, a lot of these doctors can give you some meat, but you have to learn how to spit out the bones. But then you don't understand that they worship different idols, different gods, whether they be Jew or Gentile alike. Right? So I'm going to go into some of these videos today to show you why our people can go off. You can become ever learning and never coming to the knowledge of the truth because you're being tossed to and fro to every wind of doctrine. And that's why the Bible says the wisdom of this world is foolishness unto the Most High. Just learn not the way of the heathen and follow the ways of the Most High. Like Jeremiah 10 says. Continue.
Verse 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Most High and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Most High's table and of the table of devils. Do we provoke the Most High to jealousy? Are we stronger than he?
All right, so you cannot drink the cup of the Most High and the cup of devils. Choose one. Eat the meat and spit out the bones. We understand everything is not perfect. You understand in this world, and information is just all over the place. But just having a bunch of information does not make one wise. Okay? You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of the devils. You cannot say, hey, I am a atheist one day, or I'm a 5%er one day, or I'm a person who wants to follow Yaki Awakens, or a little East Indian, you understand, Hinduism over here, and a little yoga over here, and I'm an Israelite, right? We talked about last week, I think, that this channel with this brother Yaki Awakens, he's believing in multiple things at one time, and for him, he feels like he can correlate them, but that's for him. We don't need that. We're not going to be all over the place. And that's no knock on him, but the reality is we can't do both. Can two walk together lest they agree? Of course not. You cannot plow the ground with two animals that don't even want to be by each other. You see, when I have my goats and my sheep together, this is crazy. The sheep will literally separate themselves from the goats on their own. They don't want to be by them. They like, man, we finna get away from these Negroes. The goats are wild. Okay? So it's just like the donkeys. The donkeys will separate themselves from the cows and otherwise. That's just how this thing works, right? So why am I saying this? Well, let's go into the first video tonight. Father have mercy. Here we go. Let's go into the first video tonight. And this is going to be for educational purposes only and fair use. All right. We got Dr. Pumper. Dr. Pumper. Yeah. Let's get it. Fair use for educational purposes only. A lot of you guys have seen this doctor. Am I saying that everything he says is wrong or right? No. But when I first saw him, I said, boy, I can recognize a scam artist. I can recognize someone who's in an occult very quickly. And when I saw him say a few things, I said, man, this dude, it's like he's just trying to sell things, right? He's just trying to rack up the bag, right? And then when I seen this video, I knew it. Here we go.
To drink my own urine and it'll fix what I have going on. Dude, I have to say, it worked. I just
drink my own urine and it'll fix whatever is going on. And what did he say? It worked. And listen, this is how you know it's a bunch of nonsense, because he says, his name is Dr. Pumper. Make sure you hit that like button as you're coming. He says to fix whatever's going on. Well, can you please tell us what's going on with you that it healed? Now, we know that you can't say what heals what, but I can tell when I'm listening to a serpent's tongue, right? A forked tongue here.
My wife drank her own urine last week.
My wife drank her own urine last week. Listen, I don't know how long it takes to brush urine off the breath. Because anytime when we go to the chicken coop and we smell urine, anytime when someone have wet the bed, it's not the most pleasant smell. So you're going to some of these doctors and, hey, they may nudge you and say, I know it can heal all of your sickness. They not telling you the real answers. It's not the herbs. It's already in you, brother. It's already in you. Sir, it's already in you. As a matter of fact, it's in you, and as soon as you let it out, you want to put it right back in you.
So you're going to hear why this is true. And it cleared out what she had going on. So what's going on?
He said it cleared out what she had going on.
Oldest ancient medicine known to man.
And that's all they have to do. The oldest ancient medicine known to man. As long as they throw some dirt on it. Let me tell you, this we can tell this is a modern book. But if you want to really make some money, throw some dirt on it, tear some pages, burn them a little bit, make it look, you understand, very ancient and old. so that you could fool the masses. Make it look like an old ancient piece of artifact or whatever the case may be, right? They drinking that salty lemonade, huh?
True. Let's talk about it.
The fact that you're giving stage and platform for this, I just respect and appreciate that. Urine therapy works because it's signaling the body with all the information of what is actually poisoning
Literally,
you.
communication molecules, if you will.
Exactly.
Metabolites that do that. Yeah.
Exactly. If you could say the biggest problem in life is toxins that are causing disease, then the antibodies are concentrated in the...
So why did you guys wait this long to tell us that drinking urine was the best thing for us if we had to buy all of these pharmaceuticals? Huh? If it's ancient technology, why would we skip and jump it and all of a sudden it's the new practice we should be doing? Now it sounds like the ice bucket challenge. It sounds like all of these other stupid challenges that people does. That's what it sounds like.
urine, but it's blood that's filtered through the kidneys. Yeah. And that's why it's
blood that's filtered through the kidneys. Go ahead.
sterile-like, and more purified than the blood, and so therefore it's the safest way to consume.
Babies drink their urine in utero constantly, right?
Yeah, hundreds of milliliters per day, urinating every 1 to 3 hours, and from 8 weeks on, the urine is then used to form their organs.
Every country.
So he's taking the excuse that because babies, when they're born, obviously babies have to go through their own process. How can you compare that to a human that's out of the womb walking around now? You see, they're trying to desperately do things to get you to take part in their spirit chasing sacrifices to their gods. And they're not saying it.
The world utilizes this technology, really, especially ancient cultures, to get things well. Except in this country, it's looked at as, oh my gosh, stay away from your urine. Yeah. You hope that changes.
Exactly. That's the future. To me, it's the...
He said you hope that changes in this country because the rest of the world is doing it. Well, I thought America, gods were different. Obviously not, because we have these Romans over here. And whatever this guy is, you understand, saying, hey, we should be like the rest of the world. We should be like the Babylonian East Indians. We should be like the Ishmaelite Arabs. We should be like the Japhetic Asians. We should be like the Edomite Romans and Greeks and follow their ways. Hey, we're already following their ways over here. But we shouldn't have been following them in the beginning, because if this is a place that has been founded on the principles of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he never told us to be able to drink blood, to drink urine. He never told us to deal with anything abominable. But it seems like that's what this country constantly is pushing.
Way out of this system because it's universally accessible and everyone can play.
Affordable. Awesome, man. Thank you. He told me to drink my own urine and it'll fix what I have going on. Dude, I have to say, it worked. Wow. I just told you, my wife drank her own urine last week. I'm serious, and you're going to hear why this is true. And it cleared out.
Brother. He said he told me to drink my own urine. I thought you were a doctor already. I thought you knew everything you needed to know. Listen. This is what is going on nowadays. And don't think that they just came up with this, you understand, out of nowhere. We're going to go into since he said it's so ancient, we'll go into something ancient about it. But let's see if any other people are actually dealing with this. Right? Let me see here. I know we got some other cultures. See, when you travel the world, you'll see. And they got this funny guy called Super Ray. He likes to show a lot of these videos with these cultures where we used to live among, this so-called Middle Eastern culture, where they do some silly things. Who else is a part of this? Let's see, because fair use for educational purposes only. We know that the other cultures are very free. Right. And the funny thing is, we just heard God just saying not too long ago that he saw with his own eyes some of these Babylonians, or modern day, what they call them, East Indians, drinking the urine from the cow. I wonder why that is. We'll talk about it a little later, though. Fair use for educational purposes only. Right. It says blank urine drinker now injecting himself with urine. Boy, I don't want you Israelites to just follow any little thing that you see just because I'm starting to see, you hear this doctor say this, and then you do this, and then you send this, and then you just follow everything they say. Don't you know that some of these doctors are not really doctors? Some of these doctors are in the occult and follow different gods. You have to also learn what works for your body. They're fooling people under the guise of general health. Most of us really don't need to be in a doctor for general health. If it's not surgery, if you know what I mean? If it's not a broken arm, the stab wound, snake bite for the most part, general health, we should be educated enough and be able to educate ourselves enough to be able to maintain our general health. Healthy eating, healthy exercise, healthy clean water, healthy lifestyle without stress. And that comes with, hey, you're going to have to educate yourself properly to get a better job, start a business, whatever the case may be. It takes time, but just living below your means. Some people have it all, but they have to do whatever they need to do in order to continue to afford to live that lifestyle, right? And so a lot of these things can cause stress to shorten your lifespan, okay? So, and another thing, your telomeres can be shortened from eating toxic foods, unhealthy lifestyle, is what I'm finding out, right?
Here, back in January, we covered
fair use for educational purposes only.
A guy named Christopher Key who was promoting the drinking of urine in order to treat or prevent COVID. And we talked about it at the time. And I
the drinking of urine to treat the 2020 so-called cold. That's what he says.
To you then that a lot of this COVID quack stuff, it's a recycling of old ideas that have been going around for a long time. Urine has been promoted in the past for treating cancer, even though the Cancer Society says there's no evidence at all for therapeutic use of urine. They've talked about using urine to irrigate the sinuses, almost like a pea neti pot for brushing teeth, applying it directly to the skin as a skin treatment of some kind. And the origins or the oranges of this urine therapy thing is the idea that certain tumor proteins are present in the urine of cancer patients. And the idea is if you introduce urine into the digestive tract by drinking it, the erroneous belief is your body will make antibodies against the tumor proteins and it'll destroy the cancer. That's like one example. Now, there's no evidence of that whatsoever. It's true that urine can contain tumor antigens. There's no evidence that drinking it, massaging with it, bathing with it, cooking with it, or any other urine application is going to stimulate antibody production in any way, fight cancer, treat any symptom or disease. So that was the idea before from Christopher Key, was the drinking of urine. He's now moved on to promoting injecting urine. Here is a clip of him at least claiming that he's injecting himself with aged urine. You know how sometimes people will age steaks? This is aged urine.
I'm doing intramuscular.
He's injecting himself with aged urine. Now, is he really doing it, or is he promoting people to do it, but saying he's doing it and he's not really doing it? That we don't know. Right? So now he's aging it, and the longer you age this urine, let me tell you, this thing is going to have a pungent nitrogen smell. Right? Imagine walking up next to this guy and wondering why you can smell his breath from 10 feet away.
I have your iodine, but I'm just going to sterilize it with my own urine.
Right.
And whatnot.
But check. What's the first thing he said? He said, I have your iodine. Because those of you who know the research on iodine, you understand that it can actually help to purify water. He says, I have your iodine, but I'm just going to sterilize it with my own urine. Huh? Now, those of you who know the kidney and the liver, they filter things. People can do what they want to do. I personally don't choose to eat things that filter things. Like, even if the law says if it's not against it or not, I don't choose to eat, liver anymore. after I learned the truth. I really don't choose to eat these things anymore. I don't care how much protein is in it. I don't care how much iron. No. Because you know why? All things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. But that's me. You can do what you want to do. People come to me all the time and say, hey, can I eat, liver and kidneys and the organs? Hey, do what you want to do. But when I clean water filters, they are pretty filthy. And you have to keep cleaning it and cleaning it and cleaning it. And it's still filthy. To try to reuse it, you couldn't reuse it. That's why we have to do, kidney and liver detoxes sometimes. This stuff can get pretty bad, guys. And you need hot water and lemon and all types of things to actually detox this stuff. So I try to take things that's like dandelion every day. I drink dandelion tea, burdock root. I drink certain things every day that's going to actually help to keep this thing readily clean every day. So let alone this guy's talking about, hey, forget the iodine. I'm just going to sterilize it. You know what I mean? With my own urine. It's not the body getting rid of something that it don't actually needs anymore. Shalom, make sure as you come in, you hit the like button. Learn not the way of the heathen, by the way.
About the stem cells.
Right.
All right, so the stem
And as this is going on, you see him take out a syringe.
cells, pretty much every type of stem cell is available in your urine. So stem cells are the base pure DNA cell that will start replicating additional cells for regeneration and repair. I mean, everybody's hearing about regeneration.
I mean, no offense. These guys look like some trailer park cats that's just on some different stuff. I mean, some of Esau, it's just like, Esau, what are we doing here? Your own brothers just happen to let you know, like, listen, you're making us look bad out here. We got the trailer park doctors now, you know what I mean? Like, these guys would be meth heads in the trailer park, and it looks like we got, instead of meth in the needle, now we got piss in the needle, urine in the needle, shooting it up. This is what's going on now. All of the healthy things, raw milk, kefir, you understand, all of these healthy things, herbs. Is this the way we're going now? I mean, all things are lawful, but I never heard the Most High say anything about, he talks in the scripture about pissing against the wall, letting that thing out. He didn't say, hey, make sure you put a cup down there and gather that thing and drink it back. I never read that scripture. Maybe it's in the extra biblical text, but until I read that, and if I do read it, I'm good on it. I'm good. Like Elder Rawchaa said, Masonic rituals force on the world. Just like you go to a Jay-Z concert, they make you to throw up the rock, the pyramid, him and his witch Beyonce. And this is not a rumor. I was just watching this old show with Tasha K with this witch doctor on there who does root work, as we read about in Enoch, where it talks about the fallen angels is the one who taught the cuttings of roots. She was talking about how she does root work for many celebrities, and how she knows Beyonce is a witch, and she's a witch in the Ephah section. Yeah, a lot of people get mad at us. Oh, all celebrities are not doing this. Get out of here. Go in idol worship. No one ever said all of them are doing it. We don't know who's doing it, but I can tell you what, we're not going to let our people be vulnerable to any of this stuff, especially this stuff that's going around here. Before you know it, Elder, I never seen a scripture that said we can't drink urine. And I'm going to be looking at people like, please, you're going to have to watch from home. I can smell you through the phone. I can smell you through the phone. I can smell the nitrogen through the phone.
Repair. People are flying to Thailand to get stem cell injections done over there.
Yeah. So the idea there is that Christopher.
So, yeah, these guys have lost their mind. Now, you got people telling people they are crazy for dealing with ivermectin during the year 2020. But what about that? What about that? And that's not the only thing. Let's talk about, as a matter of fact, we'll go to another person before we go to the next section here. Let's see. We got celebrity. We got the celebrity urine addiction. Fair use for educational purposes only. Again, get this ad out of here really quick. I'm actually gonna have to start dealing with this on DuckDuckGo because they allow no ads to come through. Yeah, I'm gonna start dealing with it on there. Yeah, look at this. You would think this is a normal, pretty white woman, right? Look at that. She doesn't look half bad, does she? But boy, let me tell you. Hey, you know, let's see what's going on here. Fair use for educational purposes only. The wellness guru telling celebs to drink their own pee. Person on a chair. Channel 4. Right?
I drink my own urine not only as a means to manifesting a higher vibrational lifestyle, but as an alternative to water. And it just tastes better. Namaste. Sorry, I'm just cleansing a space. My name is Serafina Stenham.
Now, you may think that these people are joking and that this is comedy. But you see what she was just doing? Let me tell you, a lot of these people are witches. They joke because they really want you to indirectly catch it, desensitizing you to do it. You might think she's joking.
At the Lifestyle Optimization Center for Healing and Feeling to the Stars.
Personal chair, take 2.
You just disrupted my meditation. I'm gonna have to start over now. It was after my 10th gap year. You know, I was super stressed. I've been through every yoga retreat and shamanic ritual that you can think of, and I was utterly exhausted. There has got
Sorry about that.
more to life than this. I specialize in urotherapy, which is the ancient healing practice of drinking urine. Bottoms up. We are very P positive at Center for Stars who are looking to feel and heal. It is a little known fact that urine is actually one of the...
Wait, someone said Nas did something. Someone said Nas did something similar. Really? I pray this brother didn't. This is some spirit chasing stuff here, man.
Powerful detoxifying and anti-aging technologies available on the market today. I always say to my clients, there is no need to be splurging on an expensive juice cleanse when you're making your very own PP potion 24/7. Namaste. I have worked with everyone.
So, you guys may be saying, Elder, you're not serious. Okay, I'm serious. So from the joking, let's take you to someone who is serious about this. Fair use for educational purposes only. You think people are not out here doing this outside of jokes? Oh yeah, they are. I just showed you a doctor. But there's people who is actually getting addicted to this. This poor, well, I'm not going to say a poor woman. I can't call her a poor woman. This is her own choice. Woman drinks and bathes in her own urine. My strange addiction. She needs prayer.
I'm 53 years old. I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I'm addicted to drinking my urine. I drink it like I'm in a beer drinking contest. It's easier to drink than water.
For the past 4 years, Carrie has been drinking nearly all of her urine. It started as just 1 glass in the morning. Now she consumes up to 5 glasses every day.
I like warm pee. It's comforting. The first time I drank my urine, I didn't throw up. And it wasn't horrible. So I thought, you know what? I can do this. My urine does smell, depending on what I eat. Today it tastes a whole lot different than it did 4 years ago. Sometimes it's salty. Sometimes tastes like plum champagne. Maybe a little lemony. You can taste different things going through your body. There's certain things I don't like to eat anymore because they don't taste good, recycled. I love, love, love asparagus. I won't eat it anymore. Makes the urine taste, really bad.
Urine is your body's waste. It's what your body has decided to.
So she is stopping to, she stops to eat certain things the Most High have made for us because it's making her urine taste bad now. Can you believe this? She rather now to the point. What makes you addicted to something, guys? Something that controls you. Usually this is a demonic demon in your host that have taken over you. So she's like, listen, I don't want to eat anything that's going to make this taste bad for me. I don't need anything getting in the way of what I'm dealing with here. See? This is totally what the Most High said. Learn not the way of the heathen. We want to have all of the style of the clothing of the Gentiles. We want to eat their food. We want to do everything opposite of what the Most High told us to do. Right? We have to leave what they're dealing with alone and get back to our roots. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 3:16 really quick, if you don't mind, my brother. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Let me see here. Let me get it on the screen for them. 1 Corinthians 3:16. All righty. There we go. Let's get it.
1 Corinthians 3:16. Know you not that you are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy.
No matter what these doctors are telling you out there, if the Most High didn't tell us to do these things, then don't do them. Right? I don't care how professional, how wise they say they are, whatever type of science falsely so-called, as the Bible says. Right? Learn not the way of the heathen. The customs of the heathen are vain. Jeremiah 10. Go ahead.
For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple you are. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
So some people think they're all deep. The Most High is saying. Some people think they're all deep. Right? This is what Paul is saying. Some people think they're so deep. You need to learn again. You let me tell you, you're learning from the foolery of the so-called worldly wisdom that the fallen angels and the demons dropped on these Gentiles. And you're bringing that and trying to mix that with the Most High's thing. No. That's like trying to mix salt water with fresh water. Can't mix that. See? You either be hot or you be cold. Yeah, we got the 7 chakras and we got the Hindu and we wearing the Muslim chain over here and this and that. No, you mixing all of these things together. See? It can't work like that. Go ahead.
Verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
Throw that crap out of here. We don't even want to hear it. Even if they're saying a few things right, if they're sitting there cocky and prideful as if they have all the truth, throw it out. Now, if they mean well and they're trying to help, like Dr. Sebi was, okay, but don't follow their gods and their idols with them. But these cocky guys who think that they're wise, they're not wise. See? Go ahead.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
He gonna take, listen, these scriptures is a double-edged sword. He's gonna take the wise, the so-called wise in their own craftiness. Because really this doctor, what's his name? Papa Man or something like that. I forget this doctor's name that we just showed, who was talking about drinking his own urine. He's gonna take them in their own craftiness because really they're trying, like Elder Rawchaa said, to get people involved in a Masonic ritual. All right? Go ahead. Verse 20.
Verse 20. And again, the Most High knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain.
So the Most High knows the thoughts of the so-called wise who think that they're wise. They think they're wise in these Masonic lodges. No, they're not wise. They have to do degrading things just to actually be wise. And that's, you know what's funny? They will sacrifice their own people. They will do disgusting spirit chasing things just to become famous. Oh yeah. And you're listening to, hey, you listen to their music, you get to see them act, all because they sold their soul. Right? Can they repent and turn to Christ? Of course. But until they do, you keep it moving. Stop. Hey, we're not worrying about if, you know what I mean, if Denzel is getting baptized. Really, we need a tree is known by its fruits. You either got good fruit or bad fruit. You just talked about he made sure he told you, I kissed a man dead on the lips. He went out his way to say that. He wasn't trying to hide it. Right? So maybe he's trying to maybe he needs a humiliation ritual to get out of what he's doing. I don't know. But until the end of it, I just need to see until the end of it what it is. Right? Because that's what the witch was showing on Tasha K interview. She said, hey, some of them might do a humiliation ritual because they're trying to get out of the deal that they've made. I don't know how true that is, but I know that they'll still, if they want to get to stay alive, some of them, depending on the deal they made, they'll still have to dig themselves a deeper hole, depending on what type of deal they made. There's so many type of deals that these people make with the devil, right? So let's go forth. You understand? 1 second here. Yeah, let me see if I want to go here. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see if I want to go here. I'll save that for this one. I'm going to show you. Yeah, it was something that they did not want me to actually get here. Let me see if they'll let me open it up now. They didn't want me to open it up earlier. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. They didn't want to let me open this link earlier. Let me see. Come on now. It's still tripping on me. Oh my goodness. It's okay. Listen, don't worry. I'm gonna get this thing. All right, we'll go to this one first then. Fair use, educational purposes only. We got occultworld.com. Urine, like nail clippings and hair. Urine is a potent ingredient in folk charms and counter charms. Why do you think the doctor is talking about it if this is not being promoted in the churches? The only other place that you hear this is from disgusting people and witches and warlocks in the occult, right? And all of those people are going to tell you, I'm a witch, but I'm not that kind of witch. See, just like we spoke about last week, you know, those are pagans, but we're not pagan. Really? What are you then? What are you actually? Oh, let me tell you, the devil has to make you think he don't exist. And so does his so-called angels of light. Let's continue. Urine is a potent ingredient in folk charms and counter charms. Its potency is attributed to its personal connection to an individual and to the belief that urine influences health. By the 16th century, physicians recognized that symptoms of disease showed up in a patient's urine, which would appear cloudy, discolored, or foul-smelling. So why are you drinking it if it's foul-smelling? Some physicians believe they could diagnose illness solely by urine without having to see the patient himself. Astrologers also made the medical diagnosis from urine based on the positions of the planets and stars at the time the urine was voided or delivered to them for examination. Alchemists use urine in their experiments as well. What's that? Paracelsus, the 16th century Swiss alchemist, wrote that urine, blood, hair, sweat, excrement retained for a time a vital life essence called mumia. These ingredients could be used to make a microcosmic magnet, which through the mumia would draw off disease. Are you hearing this garbage? This disgusting madness? This is what these people believe, guys. This is what they're telling these celebrities to do and all that. Right? And they're trying to get you a part of this madness. The wizards and cunning men and women who flourished during the 16th and 17th centuries practiced their magical remedies, used urine both for diagnosing and curing illnesses, those caused by witchcraft. And guys, I don't believe none of it. I don't believe none of it. I believe this was all to retain some demons and to try to get the righteous under their spells and under their madness, right? A handbook published in England in 1631 gave this means of diagnosing patients' prospects for recovery. Taking a urine sample and immerse a nettle in it for 24 hours. If the nettle remains green and healthy, the patient will live. If the nettle dries up, the patient will die. I personally am not interested in this science, okay? In folk magic, boiling person's urine helps to determine if and how bewitch has occurred. Urine is then used to effect cures, usually by boiling, baking, burying, throwing it upon a fire. Anne Green, a witch or cunning woman of northeast England, said in 1654 that she cured headaches caused by bewitchment by putting a clipping of the victim's hair in its own urine, boiling it and throwing it in a fire. The fire was supposed to destroy the spell. So these people then did spells, don't know what the hell they are doing, all over the place, and now they have to come back and try to use someone's urine to take the spell off. Totally confusion. Do you think the Most High had us dealing this way, guys? You don't want to be taken from the simplicity of Christ, no matter if the doctor is telling you. It's one thing to hear and not be shocked about the occult, but now you're hearing doctors say this. Who are these people really in these white jackets? And I don't even need to go to the rest of this madness, but I do want to get this here. If you can bear with me 1 second, because I had to take a screenshot because for some reason it seems to not want to let me get. It seems to not want to let me get for some reason. Alrighty, I think here. Let me see. Give me 1 second. No, that's not it.
Is this it right here?
I'm finna let me see. Let me see really quick. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Can I send it to you? Let me see. Can I send it to you and see? Can you open it up? 1 second, guys. It will not let me for whatever reason open this up. I don't know why. 1 second here. All right, he's gonna open it up on his phone and try to read it. It's not letting me open it up. This is crazy. Let me tell you, I can open it up on my phone. It will not let me open it up. Let me see. It's called Hibiscus Ayurveda. You know, obviously this is Babylonian. Shivambu Shastra urine theory. Now you hear the key word in here. Shiva. Shivambu Shastra urine therapy. Pay attention. Okay. I'm going, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a link to see if you can open it up. If you want to read along, for whatever reason, it will not let me open it. I don't know why. Like it don't want me to expose this thing, but I'm going to send it to you guys. Okay, there's a link there if you guys want to follow along, because for whatever reason, it's just not allowing me to do it. It says, it's hibiscusayurveda.com. There is a fountain inside of you. Don't walk around with an empty bucket. That's the quote of Rumi, whoever that is. The Shoklas run like this. After going to the urinal, one should collect one's midstream urine in a clean vessel. These are the East Indians, once again, the same people drinking the urine from the cows, the same ones having the mice and the rats running around while they're baking and making food. I mean, I wonder why Ham is going through so much for being just a disobedient kid from the beginning. And I'm not saying all Hamites are bad. Obviously, some of them will repent and turn to Christ. But a lot of what Ham started to do is just like, the Most High is like, stop following these guys. If it ain't from the East Indians, the Egyptians, the Canaanites. I mean, what's going on with Ham? Right? Ham don't give a damn that he will be damned. Right? So, it says, one should take 1 to 2 tola of urine on a fasting stomach for the duration of 1 mandal or 42 days. The regimen of the Pathya diet and a healthy lifestyle has to be followed. Shivambu is the practice of using one's own expelled urine for reapplication into or on the body. Ambu means water. So Shivambu literally means water of Shiva. Now you want to see where these doctors are actually getting this information from? We're reading it right now. Don't think they just pulled it out and they found something through science. Because he said, is that where R. Kelly got the golden showers? Hey, I don't know. I'm not going to put that on my brother, because at the end of the day, he's learning something from these guys of where they're teaching him. But it could be a part of that. It definitely could be. I wouldn't put it past. Okay? Because when a lot of these models go to Dubai, unfortunately, this is what's going on with animals and these Arabian men over there. I heard that, okay? So, it's... Okay, let's get it. It says okay. Literally means, Shivambu literally means water of Shiva. We know that Shiva is a male god, and a female goddess. Androgynous. We're going to go into that next. So don't think that this Dr. Pumpa just got this stuff out of nowhere. Trust me when I say that. You guys have to be careful who you following out there who calls themselves a doctor. These doctors just come out of nowhere, right? So, let's go to it. It's a method of drinking urine for rejuvenation. It's outlined in the Shivambu Kalpa Viti, part of a 5,000-year-old document called Dhamma Tantra, linking its practice back to the Vedas, right? The sacred Hindu texts, right? And to the practice of Tantra. Urine therapy is found in the ancient writings of the Dhamma. I don't care where it's found, but we'll go. The Dhamma Tantra, and contains detailed descriptions of the therapeutic utilization of Shivambu. There are 107 shoklas, or verses, in the meter called Inushtup Kandas. It is asserted in the Dhamma Tantra that all diseases can be cured by Shivambu's one's own urine, and all mankind can retain health and strength through regular use of Shivambu. Now, I'm telling you, Hebrews, I'm bringing this information out, and I know for some reason, some people are going to come around saying shalom, and we're going to be like, you took the lesson and went another route. I'm sorry. I'm already knowing we every Hebrew ain't Hebrew. I love you all, but some of you do what you want to do for some odd reason. And for some reason, it's just going to always be that way. If some of you are not already doing it, I hope not. Right? So, however, Shivambu is the first and foremost spiritual practice. So not only is it not just a doctor practice, it's a what? Spiritual practice. You're reading about the origin of it. Yeah, you had to switch the search engines. I switched search engines and they still would not let me see it for whatever reason. They'll let me get it on the phone though. But I tried Google Chrome. I tried DuckDuckGo. I tried Safari and I could not get on it for whatever reason. All right. Check this out. However, Shivambu is a first and foremost spiritual practice ancient tantrics used to unleash the feminine Kundalini Shakti. So they're trying to, guys, when you hear this unlock the chakra garbage, this is where the spirit lies. In other words, they are trying to let a person inhabit a demon. This same thing you're reading about is the same thing that happens with homosexuals. This was the same practice in Egypt where when the Egyptians would deal like this, the chakra will be open and they got a demon called power in them. So what is that saying? Any gateway is opening the so-called chakra of something that's unclean. See, this is just another unclean practice. This is just another gateway. Just like they have ecstasy, just like they have weed. You're just going to unlock whatever type of demon that's going to come in you, whatever method that you use. Okay? Ancient tantrics use it to unleash the feminine Kundalini Shakti at the base of the spine through the Sushma or the spinal column to join her male principal Shiva at the top of the spine. See who's going to the top of the spine? Who's going to the top of the spine? By drinking your own piss. And that's why you pissed off all day and angry. Because you got Shiva up there from drinking that urine. When you're drinking your own urine, Shiva is about to crawl up your spine. That's what it literally says here. Let's read it again. Ancient tantrics used it to unleash. Unleash. That means unchain. Why you think they drinking that cow urine? Because let me tell you, finna have AI robot super soldiers filled with demons too. Not just robots. They will be filled with demons and the people too. Zombified robots and Gentiles. And our poor people who want to join this mess so they can feel deep and feel like they're better than the rest of our society. Yeah, somebody say Shiva said let her in there, huh? Yeah. So, ancient tantrics used to unleash the feminine Kundalini Shakti at the base of the spine through the Sushma, the spinal column, to join her male principal Shiva at the top of the spine. When awakened, it liberates a lot of energy that leads to the expansion of consciousness. The tree of good and evil, anyone? The devil's like, listen, if you want knowledge, you're going to have to sacrifice things to devils. We just read it. The things that the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice unto devils. I say that the things that the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice unto devils. Right? You ain't got no money, you got some for free. Urine. That's what the devil say. Listen, now don't worry about it. You ain't got no money. Just drink your own urine. I'm watching something in prison the other day where I see these guys. He's telling this guy, lick the bottom of the slipper. Lick the toilet. He's punking and bullying this dude to do all of these things. What you think is going to happen to this man after he licks the toilet and licks the slipper? He's going to be someone's servant inside of this prison. Anyone telling someone to do that, they have the devil in them too. They can say, oh, you did this crime that was bad. You did this to someone, a child, a woman. You need to lick this and do this. But is fighting fire with fire going to help anything? No, the Most High, he would just end it right away. Right? And I'm not saying that's what that person should do, but I'm saying anyone telling you to do all of these type of things, and these sororities and all of that, sorority people drink toilet water. Did you know that? Some of these sororities, when they're pledging, they're drinking toilet water. They're getting hazed. All type of things. Oh, yeah. They're doing things they won't tell you about. They've already done some of these things, these ancient Babylonian things. Oh, you wanted to pledge for your fraternity so you can think you're special. And that's why you get mad when some people try to break that line up that you got when you're dancing around in a circle. Because all these demons are legion as one. We're one in Christ and they're one as the legions of demons. Oh, yeah. Come on now. So it liberates a lot of energy that leads to the expansion of consciousness and leads to mukti, or liberation from the bondage of pain and suffering. Right? So let me see here. I think that's for the main thing. We'll leave it that for the main thing. Because we can go, that link, check that link out. It goes on and on and on for you. Oh yeah, yeah. Listen, we didn't come to play. Fair use, educational purposes only. For those who don't know who Shiva is. Okay, Shiva or Siva is one of the most important gods in Hinduism. And we're on worldhistory.org. And a member of the Holy Trinity with Brahma. Why you think they're drinking the Brahma? Why you think they have the Brahma cow or bull in East India? They worship it. The cow with the hump. Okay, it's a huge cow too. If you ever been to auction, you see these Brahmas are huge. These guys stand almost like 6-7 feet tall. Okay, so you got with Brahma and Vishnu. Shiva is a complex character who may represent goodness and benevolence. And he serves as the protector. Shiva is also associated with time. See, some of you are a little impatient and you think we're just coming on here just to talk about something nasty. No, we have to educate you on before you are doing something nasty that they are calling science. And you're going to be thinking you're walking around professionally drinking it. And then you won't think it's nasty. So I'm like, let's get to this part to show you you're really spirit chasing. You want demons up in you. You don't want to be doing that. So we have to educate you on these practices in case you hear your coworkers, friends, family, and you can say, you know what, check this out. You might not want to do that. Okay, and there's nothing a breath mint can do for that. All right. So, who may represent goodness and benevolence, and he serves as a protector. Now, keep in mind, it says he, but that's going to change. Okay. He serves as the protector. Shiva is also associated with time and this capacity. He is both the destroyer and creator of all things. That god or goddess that's at the center of that portal. Going back to ancient Egyptian and Babylonian culture. See? In Hinduism, the universe is thought to regenerate in cycles. Right? Shiva destroys the universe at the end of each cycle, which then allows for a new creation. Shiva is also the great ascetic, abstaining from all forms of indulgence and pleasure, concentrating. Well, how are they abstaining from pleasure if they drinking urine? Because the other person got addicted to it. It looked pleasurable to me, right? Concentrating rather on meditation as a means to find perfect happiness. When somebody tells you they're going to meditate, hey, Tasha K even said, I think she said, I forget what she said her religion was. So she got a Muslim, a husband that does Islam, and I think she does Hindu or something like that. So she up in that, she literally said, I'll be up in that thing talking about Nam Myoho Renge-kyo, like Tina Turner. She literally said that when she was talking to the witch. Crazy. How you think some of these people come up in this in the celebrity world? They're good people in their intentions, but they're fruits of their labor worshiping other God. And their God's going to give them what they're asking for. A hood rat. So you have they didn't make hood rats famous just because they worship another god. Right? And they think that they going against the Illuminati. Tasha, you need to repent and turn to Christ. You and your husband. He also has a darker side as the leader of evil spirits, ghost, and has the master of thieves, villains, and beggars. Is that Shiva? Or is it another name for the devil, the Baphomet? Why will we say that? We're going to talk about it. It's saying he also has a darker side as a leader of evil spirits. So would you want to be drinking urine, what they call Shivambu, the water of Shiva, who's over demons because a doctor said it? And then you come to Elder talking about, hey, Elder, man, check this out what this doctor said. I think not. I think not. You're being tossed to and fro, not just from doctrine, but also you're being tossed to and fro from doctors. See? Shiva is the most important Hindu god for the Shaivism sect and patron of yogis and Brahmins, and also the protector of the Vedas and the sacred texts. See? So, check this out down here with Kali. Who is Kali related to when it comes to Shiva? Shiva's wife, Parvati, often incarnated as Kali. So Kali is Shiva's wife. But that sounds a little confusing, and we're going to show you why. She was in fact a reincarnation of Sati, the daughter of the god Daksha. Daksha did not approve of Sati's marriage to Shiva, and even went further and held a special sacrificial ceremony to all the gods except Shiva. Outraged at this slight, Sati threw herself on a sacrificial fire. Shiva reacted to this tragedy by creating two demons. So yeah, you want the water of Shiva, huh? Who's over the demons? Let's check this out really quick. So we're going to jump from there. We're going to jump from there really quick. We're going to go to worldhistorycommons.org. Yeah! Dr. Pumper told you to drink your urine. You going to listen to everything them doctors tell you, huh? 2020, you're going to put the scorpion's poison in you, huh? And then you're going to be drinking the things that's supposed to be filtered out of your body. Come on, Israel. The half male, half female form of Shiva. Look at that. Would you look at that? I thought it was only a male. I thought it was only a male. See? This sculpture of Shiva, originally found in Kerala, southwestern India, shows the importance of religious symbols in Hinduism. Shiva is a major Hindu god who is associated with the opposing ideas of destruction and regeneration. As evidence of Shiva's divine status, the god was often depicted as a male and female, at once indicating that Shiva was above an outside physical world beyond human limitations. Look at that. All of these people at the end of the day are worshiping, you understand, Nimrod and his mother, Semiramis, with different names. See? That's what it keeps going back to. So, listen. This is no different than this. See? This, one moment. This is no different than the modern day Baphomet, who's androgynous, male and female, hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite. There you go. The same thing, just in a different way. How they transform, right? Somebody say, yeah, they're all transformers. Hinduism simplified. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Kali and Shiva, the divine dance of creation and destruction. See? Where you think you get your avatar from? Huh? Yeah. Look at this paragraph. The relationship between Shiva and Kali is one of the most divine union and cosmic balance. This is epitomized in the half feminine goddess form where Shiva and Kali merge into an androgynous deity. Lord have mercy. When you hit the Kundalini and go up the spine, now you got a whole Power Rangers demon up in you. They done came together and you out of there. No wonder men are talking about, I have to get with my feminine side. I have to get with my You see, I believe in the feminine and the masculine. When you hear men talking about this garbage, where do you think they're getting it from? When you understand and you educate yourself, you won't suffer for a lack of knowledge. See? I'm hearing these modern guys. See, you just don't understand the feminine side. I sure don't, brother. And I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts. You understand? 1 second here. One second here. Let me see something. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I don't want no parts of this because this is what it seems like our men are doing here. Right? You see that? This is where some men are taking it literal, taking it to the feminine side. This brother admitted that he actually went through. He admitted that he actually went through getting, harmed or molested. And instead of someone helping the brother, which, we don't know how much help he could get, but I don't know if anyone tried. Instead of someone doing that, he just gets more famous. Right? This is when sisters who had these little gay friends and things like that, they created this. They didn't. I'm not saying this was their intentions, but they allowed it. They had their little gay friends in high school and middle school. Let me tell you, not having a father around in the home, the house is just turned all over. And you have these women saying, "Oh, I don't need a man to do this." You know you're tired when you have to do it alone. You know you are. You're just not admitting to it. And the devil has you all alone because Adam is not around. Right? Adam is not around. And he knows how to trick Eve to take the fruit of good and evil. Eve, I'm gonna make sure you have housing, Section 8. Don't worry about it. You don't need him. You don't need Adam. But then I'm gonna turn your boys into harlots. See? And they're gonna worship the Baphomet. They're gonna worship Shiva and Kali. And every time they see you, because they don't see a man, they're gonna be learning how to put on makeup, and they're gonna learn how to put on these lace front wigs because you're not gonna wear your natural hair. You're gonna go to the section that says "Just for me, just for me." Huh? Yeah. See? You're going to go to section "Just for me," and these perms are going to burn your hair. And eventually, you'll push our next agenda by default. Because there's no one to protect you to tell you, "Baby, I like you with your natural hair. I don't want you to put all that on." You're putting that on for the white woman, the white man. You're putting that on for them. See? And they're putting it on for Hollywood to act, but this is the real reason. They're putting it on for them, and then when these young men see you putting that on, that's all they'll ever know. When it's time for them to practice to be women, they already know how to do it because all they saw was mom. Now they know how to do it better than mom, and now they do it so well because we have new technology that men can't tell the difference, especially if they have money to get the operations. And now later, I need my black man again. I'm ready to get married. You got to forgive me. And yes, men are going to forgive, but it ain't going to be that easy. Anyone can say you need to forgive me when they going through this, when they were too stubborn to listen. You created this, whether it was your intentions or not. So now it's time to stand behind your man before all of them are destroyed. And that's just a side note. Yes, all of this entails together. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, we was in the street life too. And we still had a little bee in us. You know why? Because we want to fight just because somebody's saying something. Instead of a man being able to hear another man yell and just go behind about his business. Would you call me? And then we killing each other over it. When you get older, you don't care about a man's words. As long as he ain't messing with your wife, your children, he can talk all that crap. As long as he don't come around here, too close, he gonna be all right. But that's why you got all this stuff going on in Chicago, New Orleans, Baltimore, Brooklyn, Brownstone, New York, LA. Yeah. Come on now, we need our men back. Or they're gonna be faced with the androgynous spirit, partly male and partly female. And you don't have to transition for that. You can be a male, and your mom taught you the best she could to be a man, and she did good, but then you're still lacking certain things when it comes to being a man. This is the curses of the children of Israel for falling into the false gods, guys. All right. So we getting ready to close it out, because like I said, we can't be on too long. We can't be on too long, but I want to go into just a few more here. Now we're going to go really quick just to this thing about another thing that they're trying to get us to take part of. The pigs. Fair use. Fair use for educational purposes only. That's making me hungry looking at this ad. There we go. Fair use.
Desperately need an organ transplant because her new kidney came from a pig.
ABC News.
Morgan Norwood has that story for us. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning to you, Rob. And this is just a fascinating story. Tawana Looney went into organ failure just years after donating her kidney to her mother. She would then spend years tethered to the dialysis chair, and now this groundbreaking operation has changed everything for her. We sat down with Tawana.
So you use a black woman to introduce another black woman, two people who don't know they're Israelites, to a bunch of Israelites who don't know they're Israelites. So they're harmed, and these are the people who's always in need because this is the most unhealthy people in society because they're pushing all their poisons on them. And then they bring the cure in. And then they bring the cure in of something that the Bible told us. Of something that the Bible told us. Let me see what scripture that is. I know I wrote it down in my notes. Let me see here. Where did I write this at? Yeah, about the swine. You got it? Where did I write that at? I probably got it right in here, right under. Okay, we'll continue. I'll get that. The Most High told us not to touch the swine. I'm going to get it for you.
Exclusively as she shares her hope for others.
I could feel the blood flow through my veins. That's how strong the kidney was pumping.
Tawana Looney is only the 5th person in the world to receive a genetically modified organ from a pig. She's part of a growing group of trailblazers undergoing groundbreaking procedures, which doctors say could help change the world.
It is, I think, a very important component of a
Science falsely so called. Science falsely so called. And you know, I'm not beating this woman down. I'm not condescending to this woman because maybe she don't know any better. But if this is why the Most High said, our people suffer for a lack of knowledge. So I pray that this wisdom gets out to, you know, our people, because they are being bullied indirectly and used through a lack of knowledge. And some people are saying, you can't pick on her because she don't know anybody. I'm not picking on her. And we don't know people personally because some people are going to do what they want to do anyway. Okay? Because there's a lot of times our people be going through things, you trying to give them the right thing, they won't take it. And they don't take it. You'll buy it for them, they still don't take it. And I'm not saying that's what's going on with this sister, but I am putting this out there so if someone else runs across this video, they can know. Listen. The miry clay can't cleave to the iron. They won't cleave together. Right? They won't. It wasn't made to be like that. You got it? Read it really quick. Where you at?
I'm in Leviticus, the 11th chapter and the 7th verse. It says, and a swine, though he divided the hoof and be clove-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean unto you.
He is unclean unto you. So we were not to touch dead swine. So now you're putting it inside of our bodies. Listen, I'd rather fall into the hands of the Most High than to the hands of man. I'd rather fall into the hands of the Most High than to the hands of the man. Hands of man. Let's continue this here.
faceted approach to trying to relieve the organ shortage.
Recipients right now are approved on a case-by-case basis.
If you were to put an unmodified farm pig organ, whether it's a kidney or a heart, into us, we would reject it in a matter of minutes. So we're actually adding a gene that inhibits the immune system right to the organ.
The first 4 recipients all passed away within 3 months of their transplants. But Looney is, so far, the healthiest person to receive a pig organ. She spent more than 7 years on dialysis and 5 years waiting for a human kidney. But her blood was so full of antibodies, she said her body would have rejected hundreds of potential matches.
In 2017, I heard on the news of this research. Oh, it just gave me so much hope. You know, it just did. I said, I want to do this, I want to try it.
This isn't the first time Tawana has been involved in a kidney transplant.
So no one forced her to do it. And I understand the situation. But, you know, if our people only knew, we don't even get close to pig no type of way. Not just swine, though, like Monica Tillman said, this is actually GMO swine. It's even worse. And guess what? The demons that came out of the man went into the unclean thing, the swine. They need to come into something unclean. They cannot come into a vessel or a temple that's clean. Know you not that you are the temple of God and that you're holy? So they had to go into something unclean. They could have went into some chickens. They said, I need to go into something unclean. So now they're teaching, guys, we have to really work on our diet the best we can. We have to work on not putting things unclean. Putting things unclean in us, drinking our own urine, doing all this crazy stuff is not only going to make you unhealthy, but you will allow demons to come inside of you. You have to be careful. Parasite, even low level parasites that have killed more men than armies, more men than war. Right? So we're not going to stay on that, but fair use for educational purposes only. We won't show this whole video either. Just want to show you that our people are actually doing this. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. WGN News.
World's first person to receive a kidney from a genetically modified pig has passed away. 62-year-old Rick Slayman died about 2 months after the historic procedure in March. He had been diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease.
This man tried to get the genetically modified pig and passed away. Now, my sister-in-law, one of my sister-in-laws, Chrissy, she said that every person she known that have done this have actually died. More than 4 people. So I'm just letting y'all know out there. All right? I'm just letting y'all know. Because she works in this dialysis place. Right? I'm not going to put her full name, but I'm going to tell you like right now. Yeah. So these miracles the Bible said that they would try to heal you with and all that. This stuff that Elon Musk is bringing. Let me tell you, these guys hopping in this Tesla. The Tesla is locking the doors on these people. Let me tell you, and you can get your door locked in a regular car with some of these computers. In these cars. They don't even have to be a modern day car. Let alone a Tesla. That thing is just driving this dude around in circles in the car. And people bragging about these Teslas. Get ready for the malfunctioning. We think just because people come out with technology, it won't malfunction. Guys, it will malfunction. It definitely will. Like everything else. Just like, what's this guy's name from Facebook? What's this guy's name from Facebook? Is it Zuckerberg? I don't know this guy's name. They can't get the fact check right, so now they have to bring some of it back because it's not accurate enough. Right? It's not accurate enough. It's just fact checking anything. But yeah, they're gonna get you back on the other side. But that just also shows you this. Let me tell you, this stuff will not be accurate. It will be accurate in whatever they need just to destroy you, but it will always malfunction. And you're gonna have frustrated people because sometimes I'm frustrated when I go to Walmart. I'm like, man, y'all got all this technology. This stuff still ain't right. You scan something like, oh, you got to put it back in the bag. Yep, you got to press skip bagging. It's like, what?
Late last year. In a statement, his family said our family is deeply saddened, but take great comfort knowing he inspired so many.
How did he inspire people? Because he took the chance of putting someone clean in his body? Huh? I mean, shouldn't his family receive some type of compensation from their science falsely so-called not working? I promise you it's going to work. Get that in paper for the promise, so in case this thing don't work, we can sue your behind.
Hospital in Massachusetts where the procedure took place.
Look at these Gentiles with him. Look at that. Look. He got his little eye. Look at this cat eye. You know you can't trust him. Yeah. Yeah, we gonna heal you, brother. Sheep and let me tell you, wolf and sheep clothing. And the one in the gray, he like, I'm gonna keep the wolf jacket on.
Says there's no indication yet that his death was caused by that transplant.
They say there's no indication that his death was caused by that transplant. Man, please. Let me tell you, it's 9 out of 10. Matter of fact, 9.9 out of 10. And let me show you why. Let me tell you, that miry clay, and it's a figure of speech that I'm using. That scripture means something else, but that miry clay won't be with that iron. It won't cleave to one another because it wasn't made that way. But I'm gonna go to show you a doctor really quick before we close out. Just really quick. I love this doctor here. Yeah. During the time of 2020, he was helping a lot of people. A lot of information. Fair use for educational purposes only.
DNA from the cells of other humans and other animals in vaccines is to trigger an autoimmune reaction. Now I'm going to set this up for everybody. I mean, I feel sick. This is to make you.
So I'm just putting this out there. This is fair use for educational purposes only. We do not Just because we're playing this does not mean we agree or believe everything this person is saying. This is just fair use. It's just on social media. We are just playing at YouTube, okay? This does not agree with, this does not mean that the Gathering of Christ Church agrees with things that we play. We are just playing them for educational purposes. Okay? For those who have ear to hear what they want to hear and take from it. Okay?
This is the autoimmune industry complex. Inject people without them asking or knowing DNA from other species and other humans into their body. You will wreck their immune system and create autoimmune diseases for life. Do you want to know how I know it?
No.
Real simply. Have you ever heard of a person getting an organ transplant?
Sure.
Yes. Name an organ that they like to transplant.
Kidneys.
Kidneys are a good one. Yep. Kidneys, liver, hearts, right? You get all these, right? Lungs for pulmonary fibrosis. They have lots of organs they do transplants from. When a person you've ever known gets an organ transplant, that organ is coming from another human.
Yeah.
So they're finding someone who died or has sacrificed their own organ, and they're going to put that organ inside of your body. Let's give the kidney, for example. When they do that and they wake you up from the surgery, they then immediately prescribe to you 10 to 15 drugs for life that are called anti-rejection drugs. Okay.
So you have to get anti-rejection drugs just to be able to maintain someone else's organ in yours, because really it's not supposed to be in you. And I understand people doing whatever they need to do, but listen, let alone this, but then a pig, something unclean in your body.
System's going to reject the organ and kill it. Why? Your immune system knows it ain't yours. Foreign, yeah. So it's going to go attack.
The Most High made the body perfect. It's rejecting foreign things. It's why you are having autoimmune situations going on. See? The body is fighting. The white blood cell count becomes high. And it gets even more deep when it comes to these parasites, because they'll hide in something called biofilm, and the body cannot even detect them. They will hide in little shells, like little space. It's like a whole Star Wars going on in the body. They will hide in little biofilms in the teeth, the plaque in the teeth. They will hide in little biofilm, right? And so you have to know how to get rid of this biofilm. So I'm going to have to do a whole lesson on biofilm to show you a few things that's going to help with it. All right? Yeah. And I mean something that's serious, not just anything that's just going to just do a little bit. I mean something that's going to take down thick biofilm. Okay? This is important, because if your body can't detect it, it'll stay in you. Right? And there's some things that I like to do every day to make sure that that goes on. Okay? Now I'm going to give you guys, because like, Elder, well, why are you going to just leave us hanging like that? Okay. On the site, we have a few things. We have our digestive enzymes that I have to say assist, like papain and bromelain. And we have berberine. So I'm going to just give you that for now. The other things I have to be very careful what I say. But for sure, you know what I mean? I'm going to leave it like that. To those who have ears, let them hear. Okay? KIIYSupplements.com. Do your own research on it. I won't tell you something I don't know.
After it creates antibodies that totally destroy that organ, if you weren't on those.
And something natural that you don't want to overdo. Cranberry juice is another one that you could just get. So, all right. Salt to a certain degree, but you can't overdo salt. So
that organ that you just received from somebody else has the DNA structure of kidneys. Guess what happens after it gets done attacking that kidney? It's going to be, those antibodies are floating around your body looking for what? Kidneys? Kidney cells, kidney tissue. They are going to then start attacking your kidneys, and you will develop autoimmunity of your kidneys, chronic kidney failure, and you will be on dialysis for life.
Jeez.
The body, we know, will reject and destroy any tissue that's foreign that isn't your DNA. This is a great design by God, by the way. Don't put other DNA in your body.
Right.
So now you put Cocker Spaniel DNA inside of a 6-month-old. You put hepatitis B inside of a 12-hour-old baby. Yeah. And you set them up for autoimmune diseases lifelong. This is why you get juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, juvenile diabetes, SIDS. Why did you get all these conditions of autism? This is
so
what they're
many more
doing.
diseases malfunction, like autoimmune diseases or something that you just not hear, but now it's like everybody, it's common. You're everywhere.
Oh, everybody in the audiences, have you ever wondered why it is so many children and adults are allergic to eggs? 7 out of the 9 flu vaccines have what's called ovalbumin, or by name egg protein. Well, I looked that up. I wanted the world to see, why is there egg white in every one of these flu vaccines? Egg whites.
In the flu vaccine.
In the flu vaccine, 7 of the 9. So I looked it up. I wanted to know what eggs
It's
does
not
this
an
come
angel
from.
food cake.
No, no, not the ocean spray. You just want to get a 100% cranberry, not the stuff with the sugar. I'm talking about the stuff that is just dry. You can add your own little honey or sugar, just drink it raw. But obviously, you can't even overdo cranberry to be too acidic. But it's very good, obviously, for it assists in UTI and things like that. But it does help with biofilm. You know what I mean? But the berberine and the digestive enzymes that we have really assist. Pretty powerful. When you look them up, bromelain and papain, and look them up with biofilm, you'll see Elder don't just be bringing just anything. But I have some other stuff that I want to bring as well that that helps. But they're pretty powerful. So you can get biofilms in your mouth, just like on the ships in the sea, and they're also in the body that parasites hide up in. Right? Pay attention.
I don't know what eggs, what egg whites from what animals are inside these flu vaccines. All right, so for the first 70 years of...
This is why exercising and shaking and moving the gut is very important. Why there's people who have IBS and sometimes they heal it from running and sprinting. They just start running every day and all of a sudden they don't have it anymore. The gut is not shaking. It's not getting off the feet. People just exercising, just walking. Walking ain't gonna do it. Building muscle burns fat. That's why that helps very much. It's putting a lot of blood flow in the body. It's boosting metabolism. When you're boosting metabolism, you're allowing yourself to metabolize your food. When you're just sitting and just taking supplements and you're like, it ain't working, you're not moving. Get off of those feet. Get that blood flowing. When you do this, you prolong your life longer. Or, hey, people are dying at 60 and 70 now because people don't exercise anymore. People will do everything. People will do everything instead of exercise. They will buy all of this garbage machinery and all of this stuff to try to move the stomach. Get your lazy behind and start working out. Straight up like that. I'm going to tell you how to get these demons out of you. Listen, so that's why Christ didn't just allow miracles to happen for everybody, because you can do some of your own miracles by yourself. You can put in what you don't have. If you don't have this in your body, put it back in and see what it does. You were just missing something. You don't need a miracle for that. You need education for that. See? Put something back in your body that you're missing, which is God's diet. And there you go. See? Exercise of what our forefathers were doing. The women were going to get water. They were moving. People were moving. People were lifting and doing things. Not to the point to where you're going to mess your joints up, obviously. Right? You want to prolong the joints because they take longer to heal. But move your body. Put things in you that's according to Scripture, as clean as possible. And guess what? Boy, will miracles happen directly by default. Everyone thinks they need miracles. No, a lot of us need discipline. A lot of us, you hear the word fat or obese. What are you talking about me? Do what you need to do and stop crying and get on your game. Instead of saying, you got to accept me like this. No, we all can do better. And nothing's going to happen overnight. Nothing will. Nothing will happen overnight. No one says it will. But if we don't, I don't believe in trying. I believe in doing. I don't believe in trying. I believe in doing. I don't want to hear that trying stuff. Let's do it. I'm trying my best. I want to see you doing your best. Start tomorrow. You don't have time? You got 1 minute a day. How long does it take to get a chair in your room? And you can hold on to something and you can hit you 5 squats every single day and you can add 2 more squats every week. You don't got 1 minute. You don't got 1 minute to do some push-ups. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear none of this stuff. Because our God have not sent no angels down to help us with the things we complain about because he know we can do it ourselves. right? And when I mean ourself in the body that we have together. If not, he would have sent the angel down to fix our issues. You don't need no miracles for that. Let me tell you, he's wants us to keep bumping into the same old stuff until we educate ourselves. Our people suffer for a lack of knowledge. You don't educate yourself, you don't learn. You don't listen to your teachers, you won't get better. You have pride, you won't get better. You think you got it all together, you won't get better. I can get better. We can get better. And for me, and even for brothers will look at a sister, and as long as she's trying, he's good with that. But when I say trying, I mean doing actually. But if she just like, oh, I'm not doing this, you just have to. And then when he leaves her, now he's a bad guy. And vice versa. Sometimes it's that way for sisters. Right? So we can do better. We don't need a miracle for everything. Some people do need miracles. Some people do need prayer. But some of us can do some things basic as, okay, I'm going to change my diet tomorrow. I'm going to transition really slow. I'm going to drop the carbohydrates a little bit, too much sugars. I'm going to add more macros or protein and healthy fats. I'm going to stop using this type of oil. I won't have any more acid reflux. I'm going to stop using this iodized salt. I won't have any more high blood pressure issues. See? And guess what? Diabetes, okay. There's a man who lived 120 years old, and all he did was drink cinnamon tea without sugar twice a day. And then he didn't have it anymore. Cinnamon tea, Sealy on cinnamon. See? So, I listen. I'm the wrong person because I grew up in poverty, and I grew up in a shack when I was a little kid. I can't hear no crying. Because I slept in my car before, I can't hear no crying. I can't hear none of that. See? Let me tell you, hey, be thankful for your temple and what you have. How are you going to make it to the kingdom if you don't take care of your temple? You see this white man right here, this Edomite here, trying to help everybody. He's not putting a color on it. Right? He's telling you our forefathers have told us lies by showing his fruits from his labors.
Vaccine production, they were actually cultured in chicken eggs. They would actually inject, Judy Mikovits used to make them, vaccines at the NIH, injecting the substrate into chicken eggs to culture whatever it is they're trying to grow, that they then put in a syringe and inject inside of you. Any chicken egg protein they inject inside of you as a baby, you will develop lifelong egg allergies to. Just so you know, in the last 20 years, it's no longer chicken eggs.
What is it?
It's snake eggs.
Oh, you're kidding.
90% of all vaccines are manufactured in China, and look it up. There's documentaries about this all over. They are called Chinese snake villages, and they just culture snake eggs for the pharmaceutical giants in China to manufacture 90% of all of our vaccines that we receive in America.
What is the deal with snakes?
So chicken DNA, snake DNA. Do you want to know why there's so much autoimmunity, so many actual disease states, chronic illnesses in Americans? You're injecting foreign DNA that doesn't belong to you into you. And as long as you stay ignorant and blissfully happy to follow blindly the faith of your white coat authority figures, who don't know anything.
Look, this is a white man saying this. As long as you follow blindly your white coat authority figures. Right? You got to see when the Holy Spirit is dropping knowledge here. The Holy Spirit is knowledge and wisdom and understanding. It can come from anybody.
Yep.
These little booklets will be very powerful, and I want everybody buying them and then giving them to their MDs after they can't answer your questions because none of them have a clue.
Can we get you back on when the book comes out?
You better believe
we
it.
Cover this because
I'm going to do it for all vaccines. The flu one's going to be first.
I don't want to do any more interviews today. I'm done.
When you're running national days, weeks of it, and it's, everywhere you go, every billboard, Walgreens, CVS, get your flu shot.
I'm going to buy one of these books for Travis Kelce and send him like a box of them.
No kidding.
Can I say one other thing before we go?
Of course.
I can't be more sick and disturbed than I am now, so go ahead.
So my presentation here a few minutes ago was totally different than anything I've done. I decided to show the world who was the real target of the pandemic called COVID. So I put it up. The American Diabetes Association just published that 40% of all COVID-19 deaths in America were in diabetics only. That's the largest percentage of anybody who died from COVID are diabetics worldwide. So I put up on the screen, the American Diabetes Association admits that 40% of all COVID deaths came from diabetics. All right, so let's introduce you to American Diabetes Association's mission statement and how long they've been around.
How long?
Since 1939 is when they were founded. And their mission statement is, we provide research to manage, cure, and prevent diabetes. That's their mission statement. So I went like this. How are they doing after 84 years?
How many where were we at in 1939?
So we just finished 4 years, and almost half everybody that died were diabetics in America. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So how are they doing with their prevention and cure of diabetes? They've been researching for 84 years. I put up on the screen a chart that the American Diabetes Association shows that in 1980, 41 years later, after that organization was set up and collecting donations and research for diabetes to cure it and prevent it, I showed in 2010 they published on a bar graph that there was 5.5 million Americans with diabetes in 1980.
How many?
There was 5.5 million
Okay.
Americans with diabetes in 1980.
Okay.
They show it all the way to 2010. 2010, it's 21 million Americans
What?
are diabetics. And then I showed, what is it right now in 2023? It's actually 38.4 million now. That's almost double in 13 years.
As technology grows, lab food, right? All of these different so-called better alternatives, people are getting more sick. Less technology, people were not as sick. Now, like I said, I have to put this out for the page that this is his views. That does not mean it's our views. You know what I mean? I'm just putting this out there. I have to try to keep the channel. So YouTube, this is just for fair use and educational purposes. Only people can choose how they want to view just normal fair use social footage out there. We're just educating the people with different, information that's public. All right. So you can't put this on us. This is public general information. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm not saying I don't believe it. It's just we're just playing public general information.
Yeah.
The whole chart just goes straight like this. So I showed the numbers and highlighted. I said, this is an organization committed for 84 years to prevent and cure diabetes. Are they working? Are they figuring it out?
No.
And then I showed that the World Health Organization just published that in the next 27 years, they expect 1.31 billion people on Earth to be diabetic, which these people didn't know it, and y'all don't either. Right now, there's only 500 million. They expect 2.5 times that in the next 27 years. So I went like this. All right, so you're an organization. For 84 years, you've been researching and creating products to cure and prevent diabetes. How well are they doing after 84 years? And I wanted to know, since 2010 to now, 2023, how much money has been donated to the American Diabetes Association to suck at curing diabetes? That's exactly what I put on the screen. How much have they been given to suck 100% at preventing COVID or preventing diabetes? So I put up every single Form 990 from the IRS, which they declare all revenue given to the American Diabetes Association every year since 2010. And I showed every single one of them and highlighted in red. Look at the red square. This is the amount of money donated every year. 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then I showed the total.
And?
The total is $2.5 billion has given to the American Diabetes Association.
Oh my God.
In the same time frame, they have doubled the amount of diabetes in this country.
There's not a lot of, you can be an NFL coach, not win a game every year.
So a lot of these associations, a lot of these so-called big pharma companies are getting so many donations. They're getting so much support, and they are not being successful at what they do. Right? Most of these people who claim to have cured things, most of these big empires who have claiming to cure things have not, they are not curing anything. Yes, let me post a link to this video. I sure will. I just stumbled on it really, but I will definitely post a video to this. Right? This is for educational purposes only. So, isn't that something? And let me see if I can find this gentleman. I mean, there's this 120-year-old gentleman. Let me see. So you can hear from himself. I found this years ago that this guy said this. Let me see if I can find this old black man. He was just drinking cinnamon tea. Right? Let me see if he's going to say it on this one. Fair use for educational purposes only. This will be the last video I'll show for the night so I can get off of here.
Valley man. Today he is 110 years old.
Yeah, as Susan Casper reports, the guy is sharing his secret to longevity.
If you eat properly, get your rest.
Now, so a lot of times when I play this video, you'll have people who would just run with everything a person says. You don't know this person. I'm just giving you some meat and you can spit out the bones. I'm going to tell you something. I do not push veganism. I do not push overeating meat. I do not push over drinking water. I do not push over fasting. I don't push over doing anything. I push balance, well balanced of everything. Some people are fasting themselves to damnation. They will try to fast demons out, and because they don't have a plan of action after to have a less stressful life where they're eating healthy and exercising and not putting themselves around toxic people, now demons will jump on them more. And that comes with over-righteousness. Okay? Because you need to read when Solomon says, enjoy your vanity. Everyone has a vanity in this one life they can enjoy. If you're just staring in a corner all day, how can you do the will and the work of the Most High? That's why the Most High says the way we fast, I think that was in Isaiah. Was that in the book of Isaiah? The way you fast now, you can't just be bowing your head like a bull rush, like I'm nobody. You're no different than the Catholic Church and the Muslims now, right? It's just vain now. And guess what? We already have the information from the teachers and the prophets. You're not going to be that deep anymore. Yes, our people still dream dreams, but no one's going to be deeper than Christ anymore. So you're fasting for some what information? You can fast for guidance and direction and to get demons off, but you're not going to get some deep information like the prophets that much no more. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's just the truth. Israelites are trying to be deep like the ancient prophets. It's not going to happen. Let's be deep by getting healthy, keeping our temples on point, being disciplined, and being in order to make it to the wilderness to see what the Most High has for us. All right? So these overboard things to try to get everything right and perfect, it won't happen. But one thing I can tell you is that whatever the Bible says is true. Get on the the diet of God. Healthy fats. Raw milk is doing a lot. Raw milk is doing a lot. So sometimes some people say, you know what? I cut out the red meat. Listen, I don't believe that. Even if someone says it, I don't believe that, because I showed you on a video the placenta of a person who did not eat red meat, that their baby was actually suffering in the womb. Their baby was suffering in the womb. It tells you in here, those pregnant women who lacked iodine, the babies will come out with actual, it messes up neurological and all type of functions when a woman lacks iodine. Preeclampsia and all type of things. See? Yeah. So what I'm telling you, as a matter of fact, what the doctor just said, diabetes is so at an all-time high. Do you know that it messes up erectile function? That's one of the main things that's in erectile function. People dealing with diabetes. Did you know that? Get the book. Just get the book and educate yourself. Get some iodine and get a paintbrush. Read the book and get to work. People are getting helped out. Okay, so that's all I can put. I can't go into details about all of that, but guess what? It's in the book. There's testimonies about what we're talking about now, working for these men who are dealing with this. Get you some Motra tests, get you some Lugos, and read the book and get to work. All right? Get some cinnamon tea, keep it moving. Say some prayers, exercise, eat healthy, and let's keep it moving. Because if you're one of these people, you do that, and then the doctor's telling you one thing, you're listening to two masters. No, I'm not saying that you can't wean, because you have to wean yourself off and transition slowly off of certain medication. So you need to be wise in whatever you're doing. Okay? So yes, a doctor is good to help you with information so you can learn how to wean and transition whatever your choice for you and your family is. But ultimately, it's going to start here.
Words to live by, considering Bernardo Lapayo of Mesa was born in 1901 and has lived to be 110 years old.
They had no automobiles, They had no airplanes. I saw them all come about.
Bernardo tells me he's never been sick a day in his life. He walks every morning and eats mostly organic fruits and veggies.
People ask me, what do you do to stay so young? I say, well, you've heard the old saying, I know you have, you are what you eat.
So what's Bernardo's secret? 5 foods: garlic, honey, cinnamon, chocolate, and olive oil. Healthy habits.
Do you see that? All those things come from the Most High. And there's other interviews of him, right? Talking about him dealing with that cinnamon tea once or twice a day with no sugar. Okay? I am not going to tell you not to eat sugar because the Bible has sugar cane in it. It's just not overconsumption of over-processed things. If you walking around and then you ain't enjoying life because you don't want to eat no sugar, that's on you. It's cool. Sugar ain't ever harmed nobody who didn't overdo it. But see, I'm personally trying to be that 70, 80-year-old like Caleb who can move. I don't want to just be chilling, and it's cool to be living. That's a blessing. That's the first most important blessing because everyone has their own choices. But I want to be able to move and climb and still do things. When you don't have these strong proteins in certain things, sometimes you can't do that. You're walking around eating healthy and good. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But if this is my personal choice, if I can move and be doing exercise like some of these people, I'll show you the difference between them. I ain't gonna lie, their diet not as good as his, but you know what they have different? They're exercising every day. And they moving and running and still able to knock some cats on their behind. So I don't want to just be sitting back, praise the Most High that the brother is able to live that long, but I want to have a well balanced. And that comes with exercise. Whether you're using weight or not. Pull-ups, push-ups, squats, right? So I wanted to show that really quick. Just wanted to drop that on you guys, but I want to read this to you really quick. This last thing that the Bible that it says in the book of Ecclesiasticus, right? Ecclesiasticus 37:28. Now, I'm not going to open up the lines tonight. Maybe next week. I got to get out of here. I thought this was the Apocrypha in this one here, but it's okay. You can go ahead and get it. Ecclesiasticus 37:28.
Ecclesiasticus 37:28. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. For excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler.
So if you overeat meat, even though red meat is good for you, like I show and prove, you're going to have colon problems. You're going to have digestive issues. See? And all things are not profitable for all men. Did it say that? Go ahead.
It says, verse 31, by surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life.
Let me see. Start from Ecclesiasticus 37:28 again. Maybe I missed it.
Okay, it says, verse 28, for all things are not profitable for all men.
All things are not profitable for all men. Go ahead.
Neither had every soul pleasure in everything.
So, like Paul said, one can eat vegan. Choose to be vegan. One can choose to be eating meat and whatever. Some people don't like to eat vegetables. All things are not profitable for all men. Some things don't work for one body the same as the next. So I don't get into all of those things of what a person should and should not do. I say, listen, pick and choose from the list that the Most High gave you. Keep it for you and yours. What worked for you may not work for someone else. But I'm general when I say things. If you want to ask me what I do, I'm not going to say that it's something that all men have to and should do. When I work out, I don't like to do full reps. It gets me more swole, more strong, and it keeps me more longevity without joint problem. I get the same speed, same power. When these white boys will come on here and tell you, no, you're supposed to do it like this. Slow down, slow. Slow. I literally see people in the gym doing that. And I'm up in the gym jamming my music, look, pumping. I'm a rhythm guy. I'm Jake. I can't be if I have to work out like that, one, my throat started to hurt trying to do that. It's very boring. And I'm sitting things on my joints. It's just sitting. This is sitting on this joint, sitting on my wrist, sitting on my shoulder joints. I've already have injuries from doing that stupid crap. When I see NFL players, prison guys pumping, getting swoller, stronger, faster than everybody. Well, these white boys are telling you, you're not going to be able to use those muscle fibers that way. Well, why is all the black cats dunking and you not? Why are they winning races and you not, just from pumping weights? You telling them they need to go, and then you got the cats in New York. They got to be deep with science with everything. No, man, you know what I mean? You got to lock out. Later on, they're sitting in a chair. Man, I used to be doing this. While you talking about what you used to do, these boys out here still doing it. Why you got to be so deep with everything? But you don't have to be so deep. If it works for you, let it work for you. But this is the thing. It's always something where we have to put what we do on everybody. You don't have to do that. If it works for you, let it work for you. See? The Bible says it itself. For all things are not profitable for all men. Neither had every soul pleasure in everything. So why are we going to make vain arguments about what a person likes and what another person don't like? So what? Listen, you can get vitamin C from apples and oranges. See? One person don't like citrus and the other person may like to get it from another fruit, whatever it's in. It's very simple. One person may not like to eat beef. One person may like to eat lamb, like Elder Rawchaa said. Okay? I don't get into that. If somebody see me eating something and they want to pick, man, you know they got mucus and milk. Negro, mind your business. Because I'm over here getting cured. I'm not stressing. Please, I'm not talking to you about your vegetables. As a matter of fact, can I have some of those vegetables to add with my meat? I love everybody, and whatever they do is helping them. That's it. I don't really get into all of this extra stuff. See? I remember this scripture because I think it's very powerful. And I said, you know what? Well, the Most High gave us all a list. Whatever we choose from that list is whatever, we wish. So let's leave it there for the night. I pray that you guys have been educated. I'm going to see if I can go whip my brother on this pool table. He probably can whip my behind because I ain't no expert. Right? And I pray that you guys enjoy yourself tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. And be careful in this freeze. But really educate your friends, your co-workers, whoever. Don't force anything on them if they ask you any question. But the best teacher is action. It's gentleness. It's transition. It's patience. Okay? But please leave your urine in the toilet. Please. Please leave your urine in the toilet, because let me tell you, there's so many more things that people are doing. We didn't even go into everything tonight. I don't think I need to go into everything tonight, but I'll show you where I was going to go. But we don't even need to go there. I'll show you the Gentiles. Let me tell you, there's something else, boy. There. So this is another thing that they're trying to do. Just so you know. Just listen for the last thing for the night. This is the closer.
1,700 years ago, a Chinese alchemist named Gi Hong was renowned for his special soup that could cure diarrhea-stricken patients. The stew was deep yellow and had an intense aroma. And like many family recipes, it had a secret ingredient. But in this case, that ingredient didn't come from the kitchen. It came from the bathroom. It might seem unwise to consume feces, and today there aren't many doctors who would prescribe Gi Hong's recipe. However, exciting new research suggests that taking poop into the body in other ways might benefit our health. One such treatment is fecal microbial transplantation, and the secret to how it works lives in your gut.
So if you want to do research on this, you can do research on this on your own time. But see, y'all think it was a game. These Gentiles are out there they're transferring one person's fecal matter into the next person's system so that they can get better bacteria. Do you know that all you have to do is drink raw kefir and raw milk? take probiotics, make your yogurt. Why do we have to do this disgusting things just to do this? And everyone wants to be like Japheth, right? Oh, they live a long time. They live a long time, but guess what? They still eating pork. They're still eating that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Oh, yeah, you want to live like Japheth, huh? They still got parasites. They just drinking hot tea to bring them down. And they watching how their portions. And they eating a lot of rice. Okay? The Most High have blessed Israelites to be not only healthy if we do right, but you'll have a nice body. Like you'll be thick with muscles. He made Israelites look like superheroes. But, you know, like the other nations, they'll live long, but they'll be small and frail. Israelites will be like, looking like superheroes. The sisters will be boom, bada bang. Oh my goodness. Right? So he blessed Israelites with a little bit different type of situation. We're not just, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you work on to keep your body right, man, you can see the works of the Most High until your life. I'm not going to say death because I know we die, but guess what? We're getting ready to enter into life. Okay? So anyway, keep the simplicity in Christ. We're going to get out of here. Make sure you guys go to historytimes.org because guess what? You're going to get all the wisdom and knowledge, understanding that you need. Okay? And if you have young children who's 12 and up, who's getting baptized, they can start educating themselves in it. It's really nice. Okay, and make sure you go to KIIYsupplements.com. All right, you can get your mind right there as well. And those of you who had the last pre-order, we have now. I can't wait to be able to shelf again. You know, this iodine, but since I started pre-orders, they sold out. So I pray that I'm going to be able to shelf the last one because it just pre-order. I'm like, Father, have mercy. But this is a good thing, though. This is not a complaint. This is a good thing because more and more people are getting healthy. If you have testimonies, send them to my email, Key's email, my social media. Send me your testimonies so that more and more people can get healthy. I'm hearing people, I have to be careful how I say it. I'll just name certain things out there. I'll say it this way. Asthma, breathing, energy, autistic behavior, better. You understand. Listen, yeah. Parasites, bromide, heavy metals, all at once. Time of the month, more energy, lack of worrying about having to go to the hospital, get blood transfusion, all type of things, especially if you got the B12, the iodine you're taking in your iron or whatever the case may be. And stay tuned because I got something that's going to help you with that iron. All right. I can't put it out there just yet because I'm afraid that I'm going to be in the same position of this a little worse than the iodine because it's going to sell out too quick and I want to make sure I have it for everybody. So I say, you know what? I can't release this until I have enough for everybody because you also know I have Gentile customers too. So let me tell you, I got to get to the Jew first and also to the Gentile. So get ready to have you some lifetime iron. Get ready and you can travel and do whatever you need to do with it. Okay? And you know, and I'm going to give you an example. My wife, she like sometimes, hey, time of the month that women have, sometimes it'd be rough. Energy level like, oh, I'm about to faint. I'm like, Lord have mercy. You can't get frustrated because that's what they're really going through. Okay? So that I'm like, listen, get on more red meat, but then we got her on this thing I'm talking about and guess what? I'm going to have it for you guys soon. And 3 months consistently of doing that. Listen, working out, she'd be almost about to faint. So this is an important thing for sisters that the sisters is really what I love my sisters. So if you think I am ever going against my sisters, you got another thing coming. they are how I found out a lot of this situation, because I said, well, it can't be just my wife and other little sisters that complaining about they going through this stuff. I said, I'm going to have to do this for all the sisters. So really the sisters is what pushed me to this research of the bread, the iodine, the iron, so I can keep our sisters healthy. So a lot of you don't know that. It wasn't just some research and some supplements. It's like, nah, I got to make sure that my wife, other men's wives, daughters, grandmas, whoever, that they're good when it comes to these things. Okay, because the world have beat our sisters down and our brothers down enough. Okay, so that's enough. But I'm just wait and stay tuned. I have a few good things coming for you guys, and I will be carrying that selenium pretty soon and a few more things. Just stay tuned with us, okay? Peace and blessings to you guys. All right, historytimes.org. Malak, you got anything to say, my brother?
No stress, stay blessed, get your mind right.
Listen, Malak, keep it simple. Make sure. We doing so many things. We got cooks. We got musicians. We becoming a whole kingdom. We got people who's builders. This is what they don't want and what they were afraid about. We're getting our people back healthy, wealthy, mentally stable, all that, and focused, so that we're not worrying about some doctor talking about drinking some piss. We're not even gonna pay attention to that. Focus, and keep the simplicity in Christ. You don't have to ask about, should we do a diet by our blood type or all of these things. No. Choose what you like on God's list and follow it and see what it's healthy for and research it with you and your family. Okay? So peace and blessings to you all. If you want some of Deacon Malak's t-shirts, you can get them from kingmansions.store. He has some nice t-shirts out there. And there's this blessings to Elder Rawchaa and Elder Dale for always showing up when you guys can. You understand, moderating for us. And fortunately, we are keeping the Feast of Dedication before the winter solstice. So hopefully our brother Adanya didn't watch the last lesson so that he can educate himself. And hopefully one day he will try to join the body of Christ, if it be the Most High's will. And we can put the brother through water. So bless you out there, my brother. You understand. And we're not enemies. Make sure you guys come to historytimes.org. All right? Shalom.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew Bible